G'day guys, we've got an interesting one in today. We've got a 2006 Ford Transit VH model, 2.3 litre petrol, that's got an engine light on and does not go over 20 kilometers per hour. So we're going to plug the scanner in, see what we get first, then decide what to do from there. Alright, we got the old trusty Verus out. I love this little machine. Big machine actually. Key on. A legendary friend of mine, Jay Quinn, in the US, also known as Welding Junkie on YouTube, has organised a dock for me for this thing so I can actually set it up on my big screen, which I can't wait for. So thanks Jay, you're an absolute legend, mate. I'll put his YouTube link in my description so you can check it out if you want to. Okay, so let's go Ford. Okay, let's go 2005, I think it was 2005 or 6, let's just double check. '02, '06, well I've only got the option for VJ. There we go, VH 2.3, that's us. Memory codes, let's have a look. See what we come up with. P1000 OBD2 systems. Somebody's cleared the codes, and the customer did say to me something to do with the fuel system, so I dare say they might have checked the codes and then erased them. So I just went out of it, got into some live data. I'm just looking at what's going on here. MAF voltage a little bit low, so I'm just looking at fuel trims at the moment. Short term hovering around 0, long term -10. Don't know if it's actually -10 or it's just like a default mark, I don't know. So we're going to muck around with the revs and see what we get. That feels a bit gutless right there. Just get the revs up, it sounds like absolute crap. So I'm getting those revs quite up now. Look at that short-term fuel trim. Running rich as a pig, taking heaps of fuel away. MAF 3 volts, running like a bag of crap. So a -20. Let's have a look at what can cause that. Let's go back to idle. Running like absolute crap. Alright, I'm going to jump out for a sec and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, so where we are at is I called the shop that had this car previously to find out what the code was. So apparently the customer themselves didn't actually clear the code, the shop did, and they've said that the code disappears once you cycle the key. So we need to drive this and get this code to come on and see where to start and give us some direction of where to go. So I'm going to go for a drive now and see if we can get this code up, and I'll bring you back on if we find this code. By the way, I did disconnect the MAF just to see if it would go into some default strategy, and it didn't make a difference. So I'm going to plug that back in and we'll see what to do from there. Okay guys, I've just been for a drive. Well, I wouldn't really call it a drive because it really doesn't go anywhere, and I've just confirmed 100% it doesn't go. It gets to about not even 20, it doesn't go anywhere. But it's not even just that, not getting to those kilometers, it's just accelerating. It's absolutely gutless. Now we've just had a look at the fuel trims and we could clearly see that they are running rich, trying to take fuel away. So to be honest with you, I don't think it's fuel delivery, and obviously if there was a lack of fuel flow or anything like that, it would be the opposite of that, and I doubt there is anything leaking the way that it's driving. You know, if it was running a little bit rich, I would expect it to still drive okay, but it's shocking. No code set. So honestly guys, what I'm thinking is a blocked exhaust at the moment. So what I might do is, if I can get those, well, if I can get the number 1 plug out pretty quickly, I might just put an in-cylinder pressure tester in it and see what we come up with, see if we find anything. So I'll try that right now and we'll see what we find. Guys, I just got the number one plug out, I've connected up the WPS 500. We're going to sit you on the screen over here, and if my theory is right, I'm hoping so, that's what it feels like. So we're just going to test it out and we'll see what we come up with. I mean, this is only a 5-minute check, so it's, even if I'm off, at least we know, at least we can eliminate a blocked exhaust. So if my gut's right, then hopefully we'll see some exhaust pressure built up in this cylinder. Let's increase this time so we can get more of a capture on the screen. Let's do that. I'm going to go give it a rev now, see what we get. So let's pause that. And let's do a little bit of analysis. So let's go back a screen. Let's zoom in on idle. So let's bring a cursor down. Look where that exhaust is. Even let's just go to the bottom of it. At the moment, 3.485 psi. Very, very bad for idle. Let's go to the acceleration. I think we can see a bit of an issue already, can't we? We'll zoom in on that. Oh, hang on a second. Well, have a look at that. So the bottom of that is about 12 psi. Then we've got 30 psi. Let's go right. Just 40 psi. It's going higher and higher as I go more to the right. 40 psi back pressure. This has definitely got a blocked exhaust, 100%. So I'll see what I can find. I'll see if I unbolt the cat and see if that makes a difference and see how it goes then. And I'll keep you posted. Okay guys, so the plan is I'm going to put this plug back in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that oxygen sensor out right there. We're going to see how it runs and see if we can rev it and see if we can actually drive it with that out. It's going to be loud, but at least we're going to prove 100% what's going on, and we can show the customer, we can show them the Pico waveform so they understand exactly what's going on. So I'll do that and then I'll get you back on here once it's out. Okay, we got the oxygen sensor out, so let's start this up and see if it revs, and then what we'll do if it does, we'll just go for a little lap in the car park to make sure it doesn't bog down, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, moment of truth. A little bit noisy, let's give it some revs. Well, that sounds like absolute crap, but she's revving quite freely, so let's just back it up and take it out of the shop and go for a drive and see if we can actually drive it without bogging down. Alright guys, it's loud as shit and still runs like a bag of crap, but it certainly accelerates. So obviously only got that little hole to push out the exhaust, so it's still going to have a hesitation, but as you can see, we're getting up to 60, so this is going to an exhaust shop to get the exhaust repaired. Still might have a misfire, we need to confirm why the exhaust blocked in the first place. But we're going to do that, send them there, and I'll give you an update. We'll go from there. Thanks for watching guys. Please like and subscribe. Cheers.